Welcome to the 2019 Tax Briefing. My name is Eric Anderson, and I will be your moderator for this year's briefing. 311, each municipality, and each work group will be given one hard copy packet that provides details pertaining to annual billing and this presentation. If you have further questions regarding the information within this presentation or your packet, please feel free to contact Crystal Johnson, Ashley Levy, or Veronica Trice. During this presentation, I will review the tax cycle and other important tax information, tax rates for the county and surrounding municipalities, the Fire Protection Service District tax and what it means, the Law Enforcement Service District tax and what that means, payment options, the 2019 county reappraisal, and frequently asked questions. I will only highlight a few frequently asked questions. Please note, the frequently asked questions that will be reviewed in this presentation are not all-inclusive. For additional frequently asked questions, please see your packet. After that, we will look at some sample bills, specifically real estate and personal property tax bills, annexations, and finally, I will touch on the service district maps. Some important dates to remember. January 1st of 2019, real estate is listed from the deed with the owner of record. On July 30th of 2019, real estate and personal property tax bills are expected to be mailed to the owner of record as of January 1st of 2019. On September 1st of 2019, real estate and personal property tax bills are due. During September of 2019, new owner tax notification letters are mailed. On January 6th of 2020, all tax bill payments are due to avoid interest. On January 7th, 2020, interest begins to accrue on delinquent real estate and personal property tax bills. And in February of 2020, delinquent real estate and personal property tax payers may be advertised in the local newspaper. Other important dates I would like to emphasize include the last day to pay without accruing interest is January 6th of 2020, and the interest begin date for the 2019 tax bills is Tuesday, January 7th, 2020. Real estate and personal property tax bill payments must be mailed and postmarked by the United States Postal Service prior to January 7th, 2020 to avoid interest. This slide highlights only some important tax information. For additional tax information, please see your packet. Roughly 208,000 real and personal property tax bills and 182,000 property tax notifications will be mailed at the end of this month. For certain properties whose value or tax records are still being processed through an informal review, those will be mailed as they are completed. This also includes properties for which an appeal in value through a formal review is currently in progress. The fiscal year for Mecklenburg County and the surrounding municipalities is between July 1st and June 30th of each year. This period is when taxes are levied in accordance with North Carolina General Statute 143C-1-1D14. The interest accrue date is the last date to pay without accruing interest, which is January 6th of 2020. Interest will begin to accrue on unpaid bills on January 7th of 2020 in accordance with North Carolina General Statute 105-395.1. Tax payments submitted by mail are deemed received as of the date shown on the postmark affixed by the United States Postal Service. All other metered stamp tax payments are deemed received on the day they are received in the office. This includes Pitney Bowes and other in-house metered machines. There are no exceptions. Lastly, Mecklenburg County is not required to mail real estate and personal property tax notices per North Carolina General Statute 105-348. Each year, tax rates are evaluated and approved by the local governing body. Taxes may increase or decrease from the prior year. Changes in tax rates could be the result of an annexation, newly adopted service district taxes or fees, acquired taxable property, or changing assessment values. These are just a few examples of why tax rates may increase or decrease. For fiscal year 2020, the tax rate for Mecklenburg County was decreased from $0.8232 per hundred of value to $0.6169. The 2019 through 2020 tax rates are provided on our website. To view the tax rate page, please visit the site below. The website provides all current tax rates, solid waste fees, and other tax information. For example, the City of Charlotte increased the solid waste fee for single-family homes and multifamily homes from $46.06 to $58.06. The annual tax brochure detailing tax rates and tax distribution areas will be forthcoming within the next few weeks. In the next slide, I will discuss a little more detail about the Fire Protection Service District's tax. In fiscal year 2012, Mecklenburg County created 5 Fire Protection Service Districts. These are the City of Charlotte, including Pineville, Cornelius, Davidson, Huntersville, and Mid-Hill. Every property located within the unincorporated area of Mecklenburg County is included in one of these 5 districts. Prior to fiscal year 2012, fire protection costs for these areas were paid for by all taxpayers. Now, the residents are responsible for paying the Fire Protection Service District tax for his or her area. The cost for providing fire protection services are different for each area. As a result, tax rates may vary per district. While all residents of Mecklenburg County will benefit from full fire protection services, the details of which fire unit would respond to the service need depends upon the location of the property and on the contracts with Mecklenburg County, the cities and towns, and the various volunteer fire departments. Please note that payment of the Fire Protection Service District tax is mandatory, and the tax constitutes a lien on the property. The Fire Protection Service District tax is billed as part of the regular property tax statement. We will review the Fire Protection Service District map later in this presentation. Now, I will discuss in more detail the Law Enforcement Service Tax District. Effective July 1, 2018, Mecklenburg County established 6 law enforcement service districts in the unincorporated area of the county and abolished the countywide Law Enforcement Service District. And these districts are the City of Charlotte, Cornelius, Davidson, Huntersville, Mid-Hill, and Pineville. Each property located within the unincorporated area of Mecklenburg County is in one of these 6 districts. While all residents of Mecklenburg County will benefit from full law enforcement services, the details of which police unit would respond to the service need depends upon the location of the property and on the contracts with Mecklenburg County, the cities and towns, and the various police departments. Please note that payment of the Law Enforcement Service District tax is mandatory, and the tax constitutes a lien on the property. Property owners in the unincorporated area will find the Law Enforcement Service District tax included on their bill in the Bill Line Items section. The description will appear as police tax with an abbreviation for the jurisdiction in parentheses. We will review the Law Enforcement Service District map later in this presentation. There are several payment options for a real estate or personal property tax bill. Taxpayers can pay with cash, check or money order, credit or debit card, e-check, or via their online banking system. Please note that the online banking option to pay from a taxpayer's personal bank account is not recommended for payment of taxes. Any interest accrued due to a rejected payment cannot be removed from the tax bill. The Office of the Tax Collector encourages taxpayers to use mecnc.gov/paytax for online payment. The payment option insert this year is a full page. It provides a quick reference tool for taxpayers. This insert provides taxpayers with important information about check payments, service fees, tax bill number requirements, etc. It also provides instructions for cash, check, and money order, credit and debit cards, e-checks, and other banking payments. Forte Payment Systems processes all online and telephone payments on behalf of the Office of the Tax Collector. The telephone number to pay by phone is 800-994-1026. The online payments link is mecnc.gov/paytax. With Forte, taxpayers can now pay multiple bills at one time. Taxpayers no longer have to select the type of bill they wish to pay. If a taxpayer elects to pay by e-check, he or she is required to enter their bank account number twice, which should reduce the number of returned checks due to incorrect account information. Forte does charge a standard service fee for all credit and debit card payments. Payment by check is free. Credit and debit card payments are charged a service fee of 2.35% of the amount of the tax bill, or a minimum fee of $1.95. The service fee is charged by Forte per merchant service agreement. This service fee is not charged by nor collected by Mecklenburg County. If you have a question or need to speak to Forte customer service, they can be reached at 866-290-5400. State law mandates that the county reappraise all properties within its jurisdiction at least every 8 years. The Mecklenburg County Assessor's Office conducted a reappraisal of all properties located in Mecklenburg County this year, including commercial, residential, and vacant land. During the reappraisal, the county assessor visited properties to verify the accuracy of characteristics on record for the property, to compare similar property sales, and to consider improvements or changes that have been made to the property. Notices of new values were mailed on January 23, 2019, and residents were able to appeal the new values through May 20th of this year. The bills mailed at the end of July will include these new values, which may result in an increase or decrease compared to what taxpayers were previously paying. In order to avoid paying interest, the Office of the Tax Collector encourages taxpayers to pay in full or in installments prior to delinquency, if needed, by January 6th of 2020. Those who have difficulty paying should contact the office immediately by calling 704-336-7600. In your packet, there are a series of frequently asked questions. As stated previously, the questions that are shared in this briefing are not all-inclusive. For more frequently asked questions, please see your packet. Some frequently asked questions for tax collections include, what can cause my taxes to increase? The answer, taxes may increase from the prior year for any of the following reasons. The assessed value increased due to reappraisal, or if certain improvements were made to the property. There was a change in the tax rate by the Charlotte City Council or the town or county commissioners. Additional taxable property was acquired, real or personal. A property may now be subject to both city and county taxes due to annexation, or the solid waste fee is increased or newly applicable. Another question, if I sold my house during the year, why did I get a tax bill? The answer, because North Carolina tax law requires that the tax bill is sent to the owner of record as of January 1st. This tax bill should either be forwarded to the new owner or returned to the Office of the Tax Collector with the new owner's name and address if available. Frequently asked questions for law enforcement and fire district tax include, why is there a separate tax for the police for the unincorporated areas? And the answer, the state law passed in 1996 allows the county to levy a separate tax rate in unincorporated areas for police services delivered to those residents. The reason is because police services are not included in the county tax rate. Another question, will police services be billed independently by individual police stations? The answer is no. Police services for residents in the unincorporated portions of the county are billed by the extraterritorial jurisdiction, depending upon where you live, as part of the property tax bill. Services are provided either by the municipality police or CMPD. Police services for residents within municipal boundaries are funded by the municipal tax rate. Here are a few frequently asked questions about solid waste fees. Why are there 2 solid waste fees on my bill? The answer is, there is a municipality solid waste fee in Charlotte, Huntersville, and Davidson that funds trash pickup. The Mecklenburg County solid waste fee funds landfills and recycling centers. Another question, what happens if I do not pay the solid waste fee? The answer, the tax lien will remain on the property, and the property is therefore subject to enforced collections. And now some frequently asked questions for payments include, how is it possible to make an online or telephone payment? Well, Mecklenburg County Office of the Tax Collector has entered into an agreement with Forte Payment Systems to provide taxpayers this automated payment service. Forte charges a service fee to the taxpayer for all credit and debit card transactions, but there is no service fee for using an electronic check, e-check. visit mecnc.gov/paytax or call 1-800-994-1026 to pay. Another question is, what credit cards can I use? American Express, Discover, MasterCard, and Visa are all accepted. All of these questions and much more are included in your packet and are available online. There are several different bill types that are included in the annual billing. These include real estate property tax bills, individual personal property and business personal property tax bills, and the property tax notifications that are sent to taxpayers who escrow their property taxes with their mortgage lender. Each bill, except for the property tax notification, has 6 sections. They are bill information, property description, property values, Mecklenburg tax allocation, bill line items, and a payment stub. Let's take a few moments to review each of these. The first section to review is the bill information. The bill information section includes the bill number, printed in red, the name and address of the owner, the date the bill is mailed, the due date, and the date that interest begins, with information about interest if the bill is not paid before the interest date begins. The second section is the property description. This section provides a description of the property, including the address and the parcel number. The third section is property values. It includes the value of the property and the total taxable value, which is the amount being taxed. The fourth section is Mecklenburg tax allocation. The Mecklenburg tax allocation displays how each individual taxpayer's county tax dollars are allocated to service areas in the budget. The next section contains the bill line items. The bill line item section contains all of the applicable taxes and fees being assessed to the property, including the tax rate for each item and the amount of tax due for each line item. The last section of the tax bill is the payment stub. The payment stub section includes a perforated stub to be returned with a check or money order payment. The payment stub includes important information, including the bill number, printed in red, the date the bill is generated, the due date, the interest begins date, the amount due by date to avoid interest, and the total amount of taxes and fees due, the return address for payment, and the scan line used by the county's internal lockbox vendor. All bills and property tax notifications have a backer which contains more information. Let's take a look at the backer. The back of the bill and the property tax notification contains pertinent information about the tax bill. This includes the location where payments can be made in person, information on appealing the assessed value, tax relief eligibility, interest accrual for late payments, who is responsible for payment of the taxes when a property is sold, and contact information if the taxpayer should have questions. Please note that the Office of the Tax Collector relocated this year to the Valerie C. Woodard Center, 3205 Freedom Drive, Suite 3000, Charlotte, North Carolina 28028. Next, we will look at the annexations from the previous year. Effective June 30th of 2019, the Charlotte City Council approved annexations for the following areas: Lamond Farm, Riverbend, Steel Creek Landing, and Withrow Downs, Phase 3. The town of Davidson annexed an area effective August 8th of 2018. The annexation is the Davidson Highway 73 area. The town of Mint Hill annexed an area effective December 13, 2018. The annexation is portions of Blair Road. Also, the town of Huntersville annexed several areas effective January 1st of 2019. Those annexations are Walden and Huntersville East. Now let's look at the service district maps. In your packet, you will find several maps. These maps depict the areas for municipal service districts, fire protection service districts, and law enforcement service districts. I would like to bring your attention to the municipal service districts map. The following maps show the municipal service districts within the immediate uptown Charlotte area, South End, and the University Service District. For example, Districts 2 and 3 are included in District 1. The tax rates for District 2 and 3 include the tax rate for District 1. The other district map is of the University Municipal District. This map depicts fire protection service districts. This map depicts law enforcement service districts. Thank you so much for viewing this year's annual tax briefing. We hope that you find this information helpful. If you have any questions, please contact Crystal Johnson, Ashley Levy, or Veronica Trice.